no, we're still yet to see the official end of the domestic season over in the Championship. Small rumours of transfers are starting to build up, including one player in and, of course, one player out for Blackburn Rovers. We'll take a look at that and more next. With another video today, we're taking a look at the old transferrumours.com. That's right, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, where the heck have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button to get you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, transfer related, Euro 2020 related. We're going to know here under one rooski. That's right, boys and girls. Of course, yes, Rovers are started to be linked with players both internationally and, of course, domestically for the new season. We're going to try and sort things out and maybe trying to get the right people in to maybe turn us into, of course, a dog shit bunch of boys to, of course, a credible bunch of boys. And we'll take a look at that in a minute, of course. A big shout out to the VIPs. We're talking about the Patreons. Thank you for your continued support. But anyway, let's talk about the latest name that's been linked with Blackburn Rovers. Well, the latest transfer rumours for Blackburn Rovers, of course, for players coming in this time, of course, is this fella here, Andre Dozzell. He does play for, of course, Ipswich Town out in League One. And Rovers are, of course, one of a few teams that have been linked with his services for next season. He is contracted, though, till 2024, so there would be a fee involved. But the likes of QPR, Brentford are a couple of other sides that are linked with Andre Dozzell, who is, of course, 22 years of age. But what kind of player is Andre Dozzell? Is he a goal scorer? Is he an assist maker? I'm going to try and answer those questions for you right here, right now. As, of course, we take a little bit of an outside look at Andre Dozzell and what the qualities he could offer for Blackburn Rovers into the new season. But here he is, Andre Dozzell. Yes, of course, he's been dubbed as the quarterback over at Ipswich Town. Of course, with his value over the few seasons steadily, slowly but surely increasing to around about the £1 million barrier. Now, of course, that is kind of a small fee these days. When you look at some of the money that's banded around, of course, in the top end of the English football tiers, but also in the Championship, this would still be considered a bit of a bargain. Now, that was 3. Now, this fee was, of course, a couple of seasons ago when, of course, Ipswich Town were probably in the Championship, I think, back in July 2019, I think. But, of course, they've since dropped down to League One, and, of course, his value is a little bit less than that. So he's still around about the £800,000 to £850,000 barrier, of course. But what kind of player is he? Of course, I have said it already. He's been dubbed the quarterback at Ipswich Town. He does play in that defensive midfield slot, but he's also been used out left a little bit, occasionally a bit more further forward as a box-to-box kind of midfielder. His stats does not showcase a goal-scoring mentality in there, but he's more of a resolute sort of midfielder, offers that not the assist is the pass before the assist. He's the one that creates the assist, basically. He'll pick the pass out for those more attacking, more creative individuals who lay it on for the goal scorer, of course. Tries to create the space for the opposition as well. A quick look at some of his stats this season. He of course, I think he was the most ever-present player for Ipswich Town this season, with, of course, 43 games to his name. As you see, no goals this season, just one assist. He has got a bit of a bite to his game. Picks up there quite a few yellow cards, 9 in total, and also 1 red as well. We're clocking about 3,662 minutes this season. He's also played, of course, a couple of games in the Canada Cup and also in the EFL Trophy. So, yeah, just shy of 4,000 minutes this season, which of course, he had 2 different managers, of course, this season with Lambert and now Paul Cook. So, of course, both managers saw the qualities in him, but even though he doesn't get the headlines. Now, over the years, of course, let's take a look at him in a little bit more detail then, shall we? He has been played in defensive midfielder 35 times, of course, and including the Championship as well. He's been there with Ipswich Town. Of course, I'm kind of glossing over the elephant in the room. He is, of course, the son of Jason Dozzell as well, a legend with Ipswich. I also had a chat with some Ipswich fans as well about Dozzell, and we'll have a look at what they said about him in just a second, of course. But yeah, playing 35 times in total over the course of his career with Ipswich in defensive midfielder. As a central midfielder, he's played 30 times, so he does seem to rotate between those spots as well. Also, it can be preferred further forward, 18 times as an attacking midfield, but that doesn't seem to be the case this season. He can also play on the right and at the left as well. A bit of a universal kind of player, and still very, very young as well. As you can see, 93 times in total for Ipswich, just clocking up 3 goals and 2 assists. Like I said, that extra step back. Of course, he ain't going to dazzle you with those assists and those goals numbers. He's going to dazzle you with the passing, with the touches. He's going to have more touches than anybody else. He's featured more times as well, any time this season for Ipswich. And in total, over his 93 games, he's played 53 of those in League One, and 23 of those in the Championship. But again, he's got all his goals in the Championship as well. He has represented England at various youth levels as well, starting from under 16 all the way through to under 20. Of course, he did not get that coveted under 21 appearance either. So yeah, so it's a bit of a missed opportunity there for him to make that grade. But anyway, yeah, he's a bit of a universal player. If we can pick him up for less than £1 million, maybe even closer to £750,000, I think it would be a good bit of business. I'm just saying that on the back of the fact that we are quite sparse at the moment with, of course, midfield players. Of course, Bradley Johnson will stick around, maybe competing for that role as well, but we're losing the likes of Corey Evans, Lewis Holtby as well in midfield, and there's also question marks about Elliot Bennett's future, and Stuart Downing also at the door as well. So we've lost 4 midfielders who could play in those various roles, which of course Andre Dozzell will cover if he was to be fortunate to join us as well. But of course, with the likes of Brentford, of course, still competing at this time, of course, and for a shot at the Premier League, he would be probably very wise to buy this time to see what happens with that. And also the likes of QPR have also a team that are also looking to bring him in next season. Meanwhile, I had a quick chat, of course, with an Ipswich Town supporter, Amy Downs, of course, who was part of our League One stream, and a little chat about Dozzell's value to the team at Ipswich Town, and would she be upset if he was to leave the club for, of course, pastures new. To be fair, she looks like she would drive the bloody taxi herself. Of course, I asked her for a quick of a summary. She said his father's shoes were big ones to fill, and he never quite managed it. Not consistent or reliable enough in defensive midfield for me, but believe he could well prove to be a handful for a team that knows how to attack. Now, of course, we do have that mentality to attack, of course. But will he be an upgrade to what we've got already? We've got Davenport already compete for that spot, Travis as well, and now Bradley Johnson will remain, of course, for the next season as well. So we've already got 3 players apparently suited to that same role that Dozzell would compete with, which would suggest that we maybe operate with 2 defensive midfielders next season once again. Of course, the question marks still remain. Of course, I did mention a video yesterday or a couple of days ago about Joe Rothwell's future. Of course, one attacking midfielder potentially could go as a make weight for maybe furthering the likes of Adam Armstrong's contract, or maybe providing a bit more extra transfer fees for us next season. So if we were to lose Joe Rothwell out the door and bring in this guy, would it be a good balance? I don't think so. I haven't seen too much of Dozzell to say that I'm excited for this bit of transfer news at the moment. And again, it has been reported on a couple of news sources. If you want to take a look, I think Lancs Live also did a document or a little a press sort of release about it. Anyway, talking about the competition for Dozzell's signature at the moment. Again, you know, Paul Cook's come in. He's got his own. He's come into Ipswich Town. He's got his own mentality. He's got his own vision for the future at Portman Road. Is Dozzell part of that? He might still be. So we will have to see it just in case, see how this one does pan out. But for me, any rumours that involve transfer money is a plus sign for me, which does show there is money in the kitty to be spending on transfer fees. Whether or not they are best spent on this guy, who is a bit of a question mark. You know, do we really need him if we've got Travis? Do we need him if we've got Davenport? Have we lost faith in Davenport, of course? But also, who else are we linked to bring in that role to support Travis for the new season? Of course, for me, I'm going to leave this one on the fence, and we'll maybe chew on it a little bit further as the transfers start to the rumours build up a little bit. For me, I think it's a meh, a bit of a C minus or a C transfer. I think we could do better. But what does concern me a little bit is the fact that Brentford are linked with him. If Brentford are linked with him, they seem to have a good record with their recruitment. Maybe there is something in this that we're not seeing. Maybe we can't read between the lines of the Dozzell of Ipswich Town and the makers of a Dozzell, maybe of a Championship player. But anyway, that's just my small notion on this current rumour. And of course, the rumours will keep on coming in the news as the summer transfer window starts to bubble up a little bit. And I'll try and bring you the best, or at least an insight into what I think about those latest rumours. Of course, be sure to give the video some love and smash the old thumbs up, smash the old subscribe. We'll do another one, of course, as and when we get them. Also, check the links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon as well, if you want to support the channel in another way. Also, we have a Discord wide open, which of course we like to discuss transfer rumours in amongst that. It's free to enter. Make sure you check that out. Link should be on the screen right about now. But until then, I'll see you all soon for some more action as and when I get it. Until then, I'll see you soon. Until